Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Gamerpreneur podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Bradford Carlton. In today's episode, we are talking about turning dreams into reality. So I actually just got off of an interview with a guest, or will be a guest on my show. His episode will come out in a couple months. But at the very end of the interview, he made mention of the fact that he had a final thing he really wanted to impart on people, and it struck me. So I wanted to talk about it. And he's talking about, if you have a dream, you need to go for it. And that was it. That was his thought. And he was stopped. I'm like, right on. Yeah, it's wonderful. And this is such a powerful thought, because I see so many people on the edge, right? They're on the edge of being able to decide that they're going to go for it. Maybe they're not happy where they're at. Maybe they've always realized or thought that their life should be bigger than it is, should be more expansive than they are. Maybe they need to be doing more, or helping more people, or making more money. Whatever it is that they define as success in their hearts, they're just sitting there going, I'm afraid to jump over the edge into the water for some reason. Now, there could be all kinds of different reasons, right? Maybe you're a toe dipper. Years ago, my wife and I were at a training seminar, and it was one of those training seminars where they try to sell you a $70,000 program at the end. And so the instructor is talking to my wife, and my wife is giving all of these reasons why she's not interested and why she doesn't think she would want to do it, and so. And she's like, what if, and what if, and what if? And maybe you're in the same position, right? If you're in that position, there's always a reason, or another word for a reason that you don't do something is called an excuse. Maybe there's some excuse for why you haven't started down the path you've always wanted to do. Maybe it's you haven't started researching or haven't reached out to that person yet. Whatever it is, my wife was standing there giving the same excuses. There's this reason or that reason. I'm not sure if, how do I be sure if? And the guy just looked her dead in the eye and goes, I know what your issue is. You're a toe dipper. And that was all he said. He didn't elaborate. He didn't explain it, but it hit her like just a ton of bricks. And she started going, no, I'm not. No, that's not true. No. And it was really funny, because his only response was to lift his hands up in this kind of motion, just kind of fists in front of him. And he goes, there's the mirror. And by that, he meant your reaction is reflective of how you actually feel inside, because you had this just deep emotional gut reaction to being called out on something that was really true. You just let the whole world know that it was really true, and the only person who doesn't see it is yourself. And sometimes you need somebody to be able to hold up a mirror in front of you and go, that the person that you're really yelling at and you're trying to prove, that's what I'm saying is not true, is yourself. It's not me, because I can see the truth clearly. So maybe there's somebody in your life who's already been performing that role. Maybe it's a spouse, or a significant other, or a friend, or a family member. Maybe there's somebody in your life who has been telling you things that you just kind of shrug off. Oh yeah, I'll eventually, that's not necessarily the truth. Think hard about this. Maybe there already is somebody trying to tell you those things, and they're telling you the truth, and you're just too afraid to admit it to yourself. And you're the only person who doesn't see it. And if that's the case, all you got to do is finally see that reflection in the mirror, okay? Maybe that person has been that mirror for you all those years. If you can see that reflection and recognize in yourself what's really holding you back, which is you and your fears, then you can move forward. You can move past those fears, and you can make your dreams come true by finally stop being a toe dipper and just do a running cannonball off that pier, like cannonball, right? Into the water of the unknown, and make something happen. Look, entrepreneurs have no idea most of the time what's going to happen next. They just kind of go with it. Okay. I've got clients right now. Every time I talk to them, they go, I still can't believe this is all happening. I just don't know what's going on. That's how it goes. Every day is going to continue to feel like that. And when it stops feeling like that, it means you've started getting into a rut, and your business is going to show that rut. Okay. And the difference between a rut and a grave is only a matter of a couple feet. Like, oh, I read that in Tony Robbins' book. I'm like, that's so good. Okay, so how do you make your dreams come true? How do you turn your dreams into reality? You have to recognize somewhere inside of you is something holding you back. And once you can recognize that and set it aside, even though like the chains of fear are still attached to you, set it aside as best you can and just jump off the edge and move forward with your life. Go and research that thing. Go to the meetup group. Go talk to the person you've always been afraid of talking to. The worst that can happen is that you get told no about something, and no is usually an opportunity to find a yes. Okay, be a salesperson. No doesn't mean no unless it's just no. If there's any reason that comes along with that no, it's simply an objection. There's a way around it. You just got to find a way. Okay, no because no one's ever done it before. Well, then I'll be the first. No because there's not enough money. Well, then I'll go find the money. No because we're not sure how. Well, then we'll go find people who know how to do this thing and get them to figure out how. Okay, there's always a way to make your dreams come true. You just have to be resourceful enough in order to do it. It's not about the resources that you have. It's about being resourceful. Okay, so to make them come true. Like there's nothing really holding you back other than your belief in your ability to do it. Just buck up and make it happen. Get the self-confidence. And you know how you get self-confidence? Start seeing yourself. Just start imagining yourself in a scenario where you've already accomplished the thing. Start thinking of yourself owning the stuff you're going to own. Think of yourself in the job you're going to have. Think of yourself, dealing with the high executives and whatever like business dealings you want to do. Just go and make it happen in your head first. And you'll eventually get the confidence to start taking baby steps. And baby steps will start getting some results. And once you start getting some results and enough results, you're going to be like, hey, like I actually can do this. And you're going to be all in. And once you're all in, that's when the real results happen and your dreams come true. So that's what I want to share with you all today. I'm going to remind you all, organization is the enemy of sloth. It all comes down to an action plan. But even before the action plan, like I just said, it comes down to kind of just having an idea of what it is you want. What's the goal? Where are you going to be 5 years from now? Okay. I have an interview show and sometimes I ask them, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And it's a fascinating question because no one really considers that question, right? Like, but if you did, and you spent some time and jotted down on a piece of paper where you actually, in 1 year, I intend to be here, in 2 years here, 3 years, 5 years. Okay. And at the end, in 5 years, what's your life going to be if you could chase your dreams today and you worked a little bit every single day at improving your dreams, every single day, just compounding, like compound interest, every single day, little bits at a time. Okay. 1% compounded daily very, very, very quickly adds up to a lot. Okay. And if you don't believe me, run some numbers yourself. Okay. I'm not a math wizard. You can figure that part out. It starts with a little bit of forethought. What are the goals? What are the plans that you intend to have? Write down your ideas and then think about them until you get a little bit of confidence to act on them. And that's when your dreams will really start to take place. All right, everybody. Best of luck. I know you all can do it. Don't be just a gamer. Be a gamerpreneur.